Well, welcome everybody to the Birdcage in Ashland, Nebraska, where we have a big one for you tonight. The number 2 rated and 3-0 Ashland-Greenwood Blue Jays, they host Milford. The Milford Eagles at 5-0 on the year, rated number 5 in the state in Class C1. And this is a team the Ashland Blue Jays have not had an opportunity to beat in many, many years, dating back at least to 2010. Can the Blue Jays get off the schneid and beat the Eagles, or will the Eagles continue to be the nemesis for the Big Blue? We're about to find out, and I am joined by an incredible crew to help bring this broadcast to you. On the camera tonight, bringing you the very important pictures that you're going to be seeing is Kate Minnick. Man on my direct right, Elliot Gosson, a talented sophomore who's in his first season of broadcasting here on Strive TV. And of course, the man, the magician who makes all of this broadcasting happen, Jordan Wallman. He is a state champion in high school basketball, an All-American in college as a tight end at Hastings College. And he joins us, of course, on this crew tonight. Well, Jordan, let's start with you. It has been many, many years since the Blue Jays have beaten Milford. The last 3 years, the Blue Jays have suffered excruciatingly close losses. They're trying to get over the hump tonight. Tell us a little bit about this incredible series between these two clubs.
You know, the first thing is that Coach Moeller is a very legendary coach, and he's done a great job building this Milford program. Culturally, they want to get the ball inside. They do the little things right. They have a great youth program. So when we say the Blue Jays haven't beaten them, it's a credit to them. Last year, we were still finding our identity without Cale, and we lost on a last-second shot, a last-second free throw. And then I remember 2 years ago, it was an absolute dogfight here in the Birdcage, and then the Blue Jays just didn't quite get it done. So they've been looking to get over that hump, and Milford just year in, year out has bigs. They play on the inside. They do the little things right, play great man, play great zone. So it really is a credit to Coach Moeller and the program he has down the road.
Well, you mentioned the bigs, Jordan. We're going to throw one more at you before we go to Elliot. They have Seth Stutzman. He is a 6'5" senior. He has 999 career points. Tell us a little bit about how the Blue Jays will try to defend him in the post tonight.
You know, he's a stud. He's very explosive. He's 6'4", he's strong. If you watch his highlights, he's dunking a lot. 2-footed jumper, 2-footed dunker. But when you are constantly looking for those post opportunities, as Milford does, you're going to develop and build skill, and that's really what he has is a knack for scoring the ball on the inside. Can finish with both hands, hyper explosive, and they really are committed to getting him touches and allowing him to work around that 2, 4 to 6 foot range.
Well, let's turn to Elliot now. Elliot, you get a chance to walk the halls with all of your colleagues, all of your student body friends here on this basketball team. They enter a very big stretch. They've got top 5 rated Milford tonight, then they've got number 3 rated Wahoo coming to town on Tuesday. What is the feel of this ball club as you measured it this week?
Everyone's feeling pretty calm right now. They're feeling like nobody's really stressing out over it. It's more just business as usual. Going in, put up, and do what we do best, and then trying to muscle out wins against these top-rated teams.
You know, do you sense with this squad this year, Elliot, it's obviously you're in act with them all week long, that they are feeling very cool and composed, and they feel very confident about this season?
They do always feel very confident. You never see anybody worried about games. It's not like when we started football season with Dana as sophomore quarterback. It was kind of the field was kind of on edge. With this basketball season, everyone's relaxed and just showing up to games and going for it.
You know, Jordan, this Blue Jay squad, they've been very impressive in their 3 outs. They're 3-0, and their average margin of victory has been significant, around 35 points a game. Milford, they're 5-0, but conversely, all 5 of their games have been relatively close. Talk a little bit about how both of these teams come in and what kind of advantage that plays for both Milford having a tighter road, so to speak, and the Blue Jays who've won quite comfortably.
Yeah, I think when the Blue Jays open their season up, this is kind of the stretch that we're looking at as we go Milford, Wahoo, Roncalli in our next 3 games. That really is kind of that challenge. So Milford has played Lincoln Lutheran. They played I believe Raymond Central.
Raymond Central, yep.
And then feel free to fill me in on the other one.
Fillmore Central, Raymond Central, Fairbury, Lincoln Lutheran, and Centennial, which they hit a shot with about 24 seconds to win last night by 1 over Centennial.
Yeah, so when a team gets in a close game, it's a skill to come out of that thing on top. And, any team can bring any performance on any night. You're always going to get a team's best when you're a program like Milford. But they're finding ways to win games, and that's awesome. Blue Jays may be looking for that first close game that they have to grind out, but they've come out of halftime in those games pretty hot and really separated in that third quarter.
Jordan, in your time at Beatrice, you won some big basketball games, and, of course, when you played for Coach Weeks, you guys played in a lot of big games. This qualifies certainly as a big game tonight. Talk about the emotions that go into a game like this.
It's just a little more special. You focus on the scout a little harder. I know as I was having conversations with Mose and Tyler, they were going over what different players did, what their tendencies are. You're paying closer attention to those details. And then at the end of the day, it's just 5 guys against 5 guys. The attention to detail on the scout is maybe the biggest difference, but you can't let the moment get too big. And I think our kids have played a lot of big-time basketball, whether it be in the summer or during their winter season. So I don't think the moment's going to be too big for the Blue Jays or the Eagles.
And Elliott, great crowd tonight. We saw the unified game earlier. A lot of folks cramming into the birdcage here. You got to love this atmosphere.
Absolutely. I mean, if you thought the unified game was rocking, this game's going to be insane. We got a much bigger student section from Ashland. Milford's brought their student section in, and everyone's just packed in.
Well, and I stepped on your partner. Sorry about that. And that's a great analysis here, taking a look at this crowd. As Elliott did a great job of explaining it, and we'll probably bring you some pictures here tonight as well of the crowd. I'd say this thing is a good 80% full.
Definitely.
So it is going to be, I hope, a very raucous atmosphere here in the birdcage. Well, it is time to take a look at the starting lineups, and we're going to start off here with the Milford Eagles. Again, 5-0 on the year, and they're coming in here hoping to keep that streak alive of beating the Ashland-Greenwood Blue Jays, which they've been very successful in doing since 2015. So here we go. It'll be in the backcourt, a 6-foot senior, Jackson Wyan. He's very, very talented. He'll be joined in that backcourt by Carter Roth. He is a 6-foot senior as well. And in the front line, one of the forwards is Maddox Bach, a senior at 6 feet 1 inches tall. And the other forward is Cade Schluckabeer. He's a senior, measuring in at 6'2". And then going for his 1,000th point tonight is Seth Stutzman, a 6'5" senior, incredibly talented. It starts and ends with Stutzman tonight, and the Blue Jays know that, and they're going to do their best to defend him. Out for the Big Blue. Starting in that backcourt, he just got his 1,000th point, is Cale Jacobson, the 6'4" senior, averaging over 16 points a game. He'll be joined by the do-everything player in Evan Shepard, a 6'2" senior shooting 63% from 3 this year. And then you've got Brooks Kissinger averaging just over 9 points a game and 2 assists a game. He's a 6'2" junior. Cougar Conson, he has not missed shooting from the floor, by the way, nor has Evan Shepard. He's averaging just under 12 points a game. He's a 6'4" junior. And Max Parker, a 6'6" senior, averaging over 13 points a game and just about 7 boards a game. So the Blue Jays will work right to left here in front of us, as it will be Parker going up against Stutzman, the 6'5" senior. And Tim Washburn, one of the 3 officials, along with Tyler Fitzke and Brian Wiles on the call tonight, and we're underway. As Stutzman got the opening tip for the Eagles, 2 undefeated squads meeting here in mid-December, and here come the Eagles trying a little baseline drive. Blue Jays, of course, in that vaunted man-to-man defense that they love to play. Stutzman swings it around. Blue Jays doing a good job here in the opening possession, but here's a drive past Cale Jacobson and a bucket by Roth.
Good drive by Roth. He's not one of their primary scorers, but great job getting minutes and good stuff from a role player.
And Roth with a steal. He's tied up. What do we have? And it'll be Blue Jay ball. Quick move by Roth.
It was, and like we said, you look at the scout a little harder, and the scout goes a little deeper, but right there, that's a little bit of a scout breakdown from the Blue Jays.
Man-to-man here for the Eagles as Kissinger gets in the paint, going hard. Left-handed left, just a little short. Tipped out to Roth. He's been busy thus far. Long pass near the sideline, but they keep it inbounds. There is Wayne working the left side. Now they'll spin it around. Roth was a good ball fake here, and Wyan tripping over his feet in front of Cale Jacobson. Here comes Stutzman. He's going to try a 3-ball, and it's off the right side of the rim. There comes Jacobson with a big board. Look at that outlet pass quickly, and Kissinger with a right-handed layup. We're tied at 2.
A three-pointer is not out of range for Stutzman. Good job by the Blue Jays pushing the break.
And the ball knocked out of bounds by Evan Shepard, averaging just over a steal a game here for Evan. 1.3 steals a game. Almost got his first of the night. Just underway here. We're deadlocked at 2. Kind of game we might see tonight as the Eagles will work the left side of that man-to-man. Out there is Kissinger pushing the ball out near half court here. That's Bach. Now they move around to the right side, skip it quickly to the left. Look at this Blue JD. They're being very disciplined, aren't they, Jordan, early on?
They are, and Milford's going to be patient.
Here's a turnaround jumper in the paint. Up no good, and Evan Shepard pulls the board down. Parker out to Cale. Cale with that left-hand dribble. He gets a quick foul called on Roth, and that'll be the first foul of the night.
Blue Jays once again looking to play with pace. We've talked about it so much in our games this year. We broadcast for them. But you see Parker get the rebound. He immediately looks to find Cale, and Cale's off to the races.
Defense been tough early on for both teams as Cale working right, dribbles behind his back, pulls up. What a pass to Kissinger. Kissinger in trouble underneath though, puts it a little short, gets his own board and kicks it out. Here comes Cougar for a 3, just short, and the rebound coming down to Schluckabir. Schluckabir running, dumps it off to Roth, who couldn't quite pick up the handle. It looked like there, Jordan, he might have wanted a 3, and then they're going to get it over and back. Yep. As that just got a little disjointed for the Eagles.
Definitely. Milford's a team that wants to be patient. They really want to look for great shots, primarily on the inside, but they're skilled and they're not afraid to push the pace as well. But right there, that little bit of that pace push caused a turnover.
Try saying that 3 times, as Jordan did. Here comes Jacobson in the paint. He looks, will be patient here. And the Milford fans saying defense, and there's another reach in the second foul now on the Eagles as Cale was going hard to the rim.
Cale being very aggressive with Waynard on him. He's only 6 foot tall, but he's a strong kid guarding Cale.
They call that on Micah Hartwig, and here comes a reverse layup by Parker on the inbounds. Couldn't get it to go. Here comes Cougar. Right baseline drive. He's doubled down on the block. So they'll kick it out. Can Cale make it happen? Look at that finger roll, and it's 4-2 Big Blue.
Great move by Cale. He splits the zone and then shows a high left-handed finish right around the rim.
4-2 Big Blue early on. Schluckabir almost left his feet. Good job by Max. Max with over 2 steals a game, and here's a pickpocket. Here comes Cale. Will he jam it? Yes, he will!
Tim, I think I say it every single time, but the dunks just get harder and harder. I feel like I picked up that rim slam in the microphone.
Well, you just knew when Cale had that open lane, he might knock her home with the jam, and he did. And this Blue Jay faithful chanting defense. Here comes Wyan working against Cale. Cale with beautiful defense. He won't allow himself to get tied up, and Wyan's frustrated. He commits the foul.
We said in the Conestoga broadcast that Cale's going to get everyone's best, and right now, Waynard for Milford is really locked into stopping Cale and slowing him down, but unfortunately sometimes that's just not possible.
Man, you know, Cale can get you frustrated, and he did get Wyan frustrated that time. Make that Wyan, I apologize there, butchering his last name. But he's a heck of a player. Here's Cougar for another 3, and it's in and out. Rebound coming down to the Eagles.
Just in and out, a little guard-to-guard 3, that's a pretty good shot.
Here comes Hartwig. He's a great shooter, but he is suffering a little bit from a leg injury, it looks like. And here's a little hook shot in the paint. Nicely done by Stutzman, and he's over 1,000 points for his career.
That'll be 1,000 for Stutzman. He's a great athlete. You see the signs in front of us. He's a really good player for Milford.
1,001 points. Max for a 3. Can't get it to fall, but look, there's Brooks Kissinger on the offensive board. Brooks going to go hard. Up over a defender. Left-handed layup.
It's such a tough move from Brooks. He shows the ball so high and he's so skilled that he can finish from those positions that are very hard to defend.
I don't know if he knows this, but Hartwig is going to have a hard time with mobility, and does he get it? There was a tip, and so that's not an over and back. Brian Wiles called a tip, and then there's a little bit of a hand check on Brooks Kissinger. I'm telling you, folks, this is going to be a nice, intense game, Elliot, right? There's already a few emotions from both teams early on, and that's what you're going to get when you got two top 5 teams battling it out. So here comes the inbounds to weigh in the backfield, the backcourt. I reverted back to football for a moment, folks. Here's Hartwig. They're going to play a little catch. Oh, there's a steal by Parker. Will he down it? Look out. Yes! And look at Max's emotion up the court.
Man alive. Man alive, it's becoming a tradition to have a Cale dunk or a Max dunk. And man, those guys can get up and dunk. Woo! I love it, Tim.
Oh, I was waiting for you to holler, Jordan. Come on now. We've had 2 dunks already in the Blue Jays. More importantly, up 10-4 after that rim bender by Max Parker.
We love it. The Blue Jays are so active on the defensive end that it creates opportunities. Max talked about with us last game, and defense creates good offense. Cale gets a steal, goes up and shatters the rim. I think we better invest in some better backboards and better rims because they're not going to last too long with these guys around.
Oh, Matt Flynn, the athletic director, where are you at when you needed it? Elliot, your thoughts here on this big run by the Blue Jays to get up by 6?
I mean, a lot of this has come from the Blue Jays putting pressure on Milford and forcing them to make, not ideal passes, which Blue Jays have taken and we've seen twice now, gone in for slams.
Well, there's Dane Jacobson in the game and Cade Bridges. We've also got Cougar in the game. That's Konzum. Of course, Cale Jacobson and Max Parker. And here's a bounce pass down the block. And that's Schleckerbeer. And there's going to be a steal. As they were doing a good job defending him, here's a long pass to Max. Max going to drive right baseline. And a great job by Schleckerbeer to cut it off. Blue Jays working against man-to-man. Up 6. Here comes Cougar Konzum. Right baseline drive. Trying to get it up over Stutzman, and he got it to fall.
Cougar's playing an inside roll a little bit. He's guarding posts on the other end, and he's doing a great job getting in and scoring. Good job by Cougs.
Here's a drive here by Stutzman. He misses the bucket. They're going to call a block, I think, on Cougar Konzum. But let's see. Boy, Stutzman is a smooth player, isn't he?
He's a stud. He plays on the inside, but he has guard skills. You don't get to 1,000 points any way other than being a great scorer. And right there, he showed a great drive, good athleticism to avoid. We saw him during football season, and he was one heck of an athletic tight end. He's a big, strong, physical kid.
Man, he is. And we've been watching him for a long time. He gets better every year. He hit that first free throw to make it 12-5. He's got 3 points. And by the way, that foul was on Konzum. It's his first. And good touch there, but a little short. And Cale skies to get the board. Cale's going to hand that basketball off to his brother Dane Jacobson and works right side. Nowhere to go. Ty Carey, who checked in, a talented sophomore averaging just over 2 points a game. Getting some minutes here with 2:13 to go in the first quarter. Here comes Cale, pulls up, kicks it out. Cougs going to try another 3-ball, and it's a little short, but look at that board by Ty Carey. Put back, no good. The sophomore battling, won't come out of there with it. Schleckerbeer does. Long pass they go. Stutzman with this beautiful spin move, but too high off the glass. Who's going to track it down? Cougar Konzum does. And Dane Jacobson running. They go down to Cougar. Another 3-ball. Bingo!
They've all been great shots. It's good to see Coug get one in. I think he's 1 for 3 or 1 for 4 right now, but love to see all those shots from Cougar.
1 for 4, you're right. Here's a backdoor pass to Stutzman. Too hard off the backboard. Blue Jays running up 10. Cale in the paint, step through. He's fouled. He'll go to the line to shoot 2.
On the last possession right there, throughout the entirety of this game, we've seen very physical defense against Cale, and on the last possession there was kind of a weird box out on him. The Milford player kind of took his legs out right there, and so I'm glad that he got that foul because that could have gone either way. You could call it a touch foul, but he didn't get the last one and he got this one, so I like seeing that.
16-5. Blue Jays and Milford were tied at 4-4, and since then the Blue Jays now on a 12-1 run. And let's see what Jacobson can do with his second free throw. Just a hair short, going to be tipped around, and there comes Hartwig. Hartwig dribbled between his legs, got his left knee wrapped, And he's battling through that. Here comes Wyatt in the paint, looking to kick it out. Does. Blue Jay defense. Here's Hartwig for a long three ball, and he can shoot. And it's now 16-8.
He's a long player. We've watched him in JV for a couple years now. He's a really good athlete. Good shot there.
Here comes Cale off the pick and roll. He's going to just pull up 7-footer. Won't go down for the senior. And that's going to be Schluckabeer on the board. He's a big kid as well. Here comes Hartwig. Left-handed dribble drive. Going to kick it to the corner. Great job by Wayan to pull it down. Hartwig another three. This time it's well short. And coming over the back will be Schluckabeer.
Good job by Ty Carey. A game where they're going to play taller guys, stronger guys, and look to score inside. Ty Carey's going to have to sub in and give good minutes. He's kind of our bench, first guy off the bench that's a post player. So good job by Ty coming in and getting an offensive rebound, boxing out on the defensive end. Love to see that from the sophomore.
He's battling hard, just getting better every year. A little bit raw coming into this summer. They worked on him hard, and every game so far this year getting better. So here we go. Cale Jacobson with his team up 8. We've got 30 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Blue Jays going to hold. Brett Sapp says this is his favorite thing about high school basketball, holding that last possession at the end of quarters for about 30 to 40 seconds. But the Blue Jays with an 8-point lead, why not, huh?
Yeah, and you can see Cale's getting a face guard right now. They're going to try to do everything they can and not let him get the ball.
Look at Kissinger go. He's looking. He's in trouble. Tries to kick it out. It's going to be stolen. Coming up the court quickly with 5 seconds. They find a wide open Wayan who is going to go to the rim. He's fouled. Misses the bucket with .5. He'll go to the line to shoot 2.
The Milford faithful love that. They've been looking for some calls up here as they're sitting around us right now, and don't love seeing that from the Blue Jays committing a foul with .5 left, but I think the turnover on the other end I'm a little more disappointed about than the foul on this end.
I was just going to say, here comes Wayan to shoot 2 free throws. Got the first one. Yeah, that's the big thing when you hold it for 35 seconds and then you hate to see it. A great steal, by the way, by Reese Stutzman. He is a 6-foot sophomore, and he made something happen. Here's Wayan's second free throw. It's up and good. We've got a 16-10 game, and that's the way. Here's Cale's shot from 3/4 court. It's going to be a little bit short. But after one, Blue Jays had a 16-4 lead, and then Milford counters with their own 6-0 run. And it's now 16-10. Your thoughts, Jordan, on that first quarter?
Basketball's a game of runs. You got to make runs, and you got to slow other teams when they get on theirs. Blue Jays come out hot. They score in transition. They find a lot of ways to put the ball in the hoop, but then Milford comes back the other way and hits a couple shots and makes it a lot closer game by going on that 6-0 run.
Elliot, you just saw me get knocked out here with my microphone. Help me out, partner. What did you see in that first quarter?
It was, as Baldwin was saying, it's a lot of good runs by both teams. Started off with the Jays. It started off a couple of back and forth possessions. The Jays go on that 12-1 run, and I'm thinking to myself, hey, if we can keep this up, this might be a pretty short game. But then Milford being able to bear down and come back in the quarter for a run on their own to cut this to a 3-possession game. This game's got a lot more interesting for this second quarter.
No doubt, and well said that it has really tightened up. The Blue Jays, as Elliot mentioned, went on, I believe, a 12-1 run, and Milford countered now with a 6-0 run. So we get ready now to start the second quarter play. You're going to have Kissinger, you're going to have Evan Shepard, Max Parker, Cale Jacobson, and Dane Jacobson will get the start here in this second quarter. The sophomore, and down in the corner they go. They're going to work against this man-to-man. Milford, there you've got down on the block, and Stutzman working hard. He's fouled, and actually this is going to be Nelson German, who just checked in the game to start this second quarter. So they got some size in there, Jordan. German's a 6'1 junior and a big kid.
And, it's one thing to be a big kid. It's another thing to play bigger. Jackson Ham, for example, is only 5'10", 5'9". Because he's so big and strong and understands the inside, he plays bigger. Milford's kids traditionally play a couple inches taller by being strong, being physical, looking for contact on the inside and getting fouled.
Quick substitution here, just 18 seconds into the second quarter, as Cade Bridges will come in for Brooks Kissinger. And so here comes Jacobson, pulls up at the free throw, finds a cutting Dane Jacobson, a little floater in the paint, he hits it. Good work, brother to brother.
A great job by Max Parker on the inside. He does a good job shielding off Stutzman, so he doesn't have a chance to contest Dane's shot.
Back the other way they come with Roth handling the ball. Finds a wide open Wayne, but great job for the defense to quickly react. Look at Evan Shepard get out Wayne quickly. And the Blue Jay faithful loving that D. Blue Jays right now playing behind Stutzman. Stutzman a little frustrated. He's like, get me the ball. Here's a three-pointer from Wayne, who makes it a 4-point game. Here come the Eagles.
He's a good player. He's been kind of waiting for his chance to get loose. He's had some frustrations today, but there he goes up and hits the three.
Dane Jacobson feels it. Bingo!
It's a great shot right there from Dane. You need a score, stop, and a score. They didn't get the stop, but they got the score. So that's how you stop a run, essentially, and separate the game a little bit.
The sophomore making the most of his second quarter start. He's already got 5 in just a minute and a half. Blue Jays up 7. Here's going to be a hand check on Cade Bridges. That's the 15th foul on the Big Blue and the first on Cade.
Cade just got a little handsy there. As a guy drives, you can't use that trail hand to slow or deter his movements. I think that's a good call from Tim Washburn right there.
Yeah, listen, folks. You just heard it right. That really is Tim Washburn. The better-looking, smarter, more athletic Tim Washburn out on the court.
Yeah, easy now, easy.
Here comes Wayne, right baseline drive. Look out, and we got a charge. Good job by Bridges. He stood in there and took the charge from Wayne.
Yeah, that was a gift. He definitely beat him to the spot, but I thought he caught half man there. Mose is not a fan of the half man call. I don't think it's in the rule book or anything, but I looked for maybe contact in the center of the chest, and Cade didn't get that, but he still got the charge call. Great job by Cade, giving good minutes.
I was going to ask, give me the half man, give me the explanation, but you just walked us through it very nicely. Here comes Cale over to Max. He thought about a 3. Now he'll drive, and oh boy, he took an awkward step. And let's hope that Max is okay. He kind of got caught.
That was weird. It was almost like he tripped over someone's leg, like his open driving lane was kind of taken away, like somebody stuck a leg out or something.
Well, Max is having a hard time putting weight on that right leg. Coach Mose wanted to take him out, but he's not going to. And here's the first free throw. It's up and it's no good. Max kind of shot him a look like, don't you dare take me out. But they're keeping an eye on it. I think Cougar's going to come in from regardless. Second free throw's up and good. And Max, oh boy. Max is limping and not able to put any pressure on it. Well, we will keep an eye on that. That just makes your heart sink for Max Parker, and we're just hoping it's just, let's just hope it's not serious.
Yeah, it was just a weird play because what looked like an open lane quickly looked like he knocked knees with somebody or there was leg contact. I don't know if that was a Milford player that slid over or what, but that knee-to-knee contact, it hurts badly.
You know, you just didn't know. He came down a little awkwardly on the court as he was kind of jump-stepping through. And let's just hope, like I said, that they can take a look at that and it's nothing serious.
And Bobby's a passionate kid. You know, if he has the ability to go, he's going to go. So we know he wears his emotions on his sleeve, and the biggest one that he wears is that passion for basketball. So we'd love to see Max back.
Absolutely loves the game of basketball, has worked so hard. And they're checking on him on the sideline. So it's an 8-point Blue Jay lead. And the Eagles with the ball. As Jermis has it. Now they give it off to Hartwig. Great entry pass to Jermis in the paint. That's going to be a charge. That was an easy one. Cale was there for a good full second. Jermis just initiated the contact.
Love that. That was a no-doubter. Cale got to the spot. He waited for the contact, and he threw a little bit of acting job in there and flew back. It wasn't a flop, but it was just great timing on his fly back.
Little Brad Pitt acting job. And now here comes Jacobson. And they work it around. And you can use Brad Pitt as an acting job since he's been nominated and won an Academy Award. You don't want to use someone like Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, right? I'm not sure he's ever going to be.
Well, it'd be a WWE. You know, you gotta fake some contact in WWE. But yeah, Brad Pitt's a little better actor. Well, Dwayne Johnson only has one role: big, muscular, bald guy who's either a hero or a villain.
We got a timeout. Now, the bald guy isn't too bad. There you go. I'm always a fan of that because I'm a little follically challenged myself.
Well, I would say that you're more of a Brad Pitt because you have range. You know, you can get the Twitter video afterwards. You can have a tweet storm. You can come in and broadcast him. You've got a lot of range like Brad Pitt.
Oh, let me tell you, Elliot, it's getting deep in here, isn't it, bud?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you who's not active right now are the Blue Jays up 8-22-14. And Elliot, what have you seen from these Blue Jays here? Again, as the ship kind of started to rock a little bit, they've steadied the waters.
I mean, I think it's starting to rock into Jays' favor. I think that's why Milford has taken this timeout, trying to regroup, reassess, slow down Jays' momentum. Because a lot of the Jays' points have been off of drives into the paint, or we've gotten multiple charges called. So Milford's going to want to get all their guys slowed down, not make any more offensive fouls, and also stop us from driving in.
Well, I can tell you, Jake Mose just went over and talked with the trainer to get an update on Max Parker. And here's an entry pass now for Milford. Obviously, we don't know what that update is. Stutzman has been a little bit quiet recently. Good spin move against Jackson Ham. Ham forces a miss. Here comes Jacobson. Jacobson, look at that left hand. Look at that off the glass. And it won't fall for him. Boy, he earned that one. Just couldn't get it to fall. Hartwig working against Cale Jacobson. Left hand, right hand between the legs. Look at Hartwig move that basketball high off the glass. Isn't going to fall. Cale tips it around, gets control. They forgot about him. Now he finds a wide open Cade Bridges, and that was late defense getting out to Cale. Blue Jays by 11, and Elliot Gossett with a fist pump here in the booth. We get it down to Gurmis. Back out. They get an open three look by Roth. It's going to be short. Who's going to come up with it? Bodies flying everywhere. No whistles. Officials letting it play. Here's a steal by Jacobson, but credit Bridges on that. Evan, no look to Jackson Ham! And the student body is wild right now.
Man, it is live in here. What do we got going on right now?
And we got, you can see that student body's going nuts over there. They're on their feet, and I'm telling you what, Caden Minnick's bringing you the pictures tonight. And Jordan, the best thing that just happened there, not that just that bucket to put us up 27-14, but Max Parker was scheduled to go in the game, and he jumped 8 feet in the air and came down looking just fine. So I think he's going to be all right.
There's an old saying within the basketball program, that's what we want. We want Max Parker on the court. Crazy couple of minutes, right? Oh, we just had a back foot from the Milford student section.
Man alive! It's wild. Both of these student sections going after it tonight.
Yeah, but high-intensity game. Both teams are rolling. Blue Jays up 27-14. Yeah, just a really fun game. A lot of action right now.
Seeing a lot of athleticism, and Elliot, this is the kind of game that will get this crowd into it quickly here for the Big Blue.
Oh, yeah, you can definitely see that. It started off with that Cale dunk early in the first. Got us really fired up, and now going on this run, getting us into it, especially those charges. And I also want to say, between the two student sections, during a timeout, you had our cheerleaders doing a cheer for us, and Milford section's going, we can't hear you, and Ashland just gets louder.
And they exploded, huh? Look at this. Speaking of explosion, nice move by Stutzman, but wasn't able to finish. Cale, look at that lead out to Evan Shepard. He'll finish. Yes, sir. And the Blue Jays up 15.
I mean, the pass from Cale was so good, and Evan is so fast that he kind of just snuck behind the Milford defenders. It was almost as though they didn't see him, but great pass and great catch from Evan Shepard.
And my apologies to the great Vern Lundquist for stealing his yes, sir. That is all his. I got to get out of that habit. He's too great to steal from him. Here comes the three ball in the right corner. Off the back of the rim. Cale's tracking it down. Another lead out. Here's Evan Shepard on the finish.
That's athleticism. Evan goes up on an awkward step and finishes right around the rim.
Blue Jays on a big roll. Can Stutzman slow it down with this three-pointer? No. Look at Jackson Ham work. Beautiful job boxing out Cale Jacobson.
I mean,
Wow.
that was kind of ridiculous. The kid was swiping at Jackson. He was pulling on his jersey and impeding the space above his head. And Jackson didn't get the foul, but that's his role. His role is to get in there and knock heads. And you hear the crowd, right? Because he's a head knocker. He's a center. He's a middle linebacker, and he's going to be an enforcer in there.
And he is built like a center, but he moves extremely well. And when he came off the court, this student body and this crowd gave him a very well-deserved scream out, shout out. And here's the bounce pass to Drake Zimmerman, who checks in for the first time today. Blue Jays now up 17. They get it to Cale Jacobson, right elbow. Here comes Max. No, he's going to find Drake, who looks for a cutting. Evan Shepard, great ball movement.
Great. Drake's playing the inside. Love that. As soon as he gets a touch, Milford's up the other way, and they're going to go ahead and get Cale with the body.
I'm telling you what, this is some fun basketball, folks. 33-14, but now listen, it was 16-10. The Blue Jays now on a 17-4 run. It has been a game of runs for both of these teams.
It is, and it's just a team's getting hot. You know, Milford's coming out in the second quarter, and it looks like they're really trying to push the pace. What the Blue Jays did as Parker went out is they started sending two guys to Stutzman. As he got the ball on the inside, it was an automatic double. Something that Mose has stolen from Greg Popovich. They do that to great posts. The Spurs do, baseline doubles. And so they basically said to get Stutzman more touches, they're going to try to run in transition and find him trailing. That's what the Blue Jays want to do.
The first free throw by Roth missed. The second free throw he gets. And yep, you're right, Jordan. I know Coach Mose said they've got several ways to try to slow down the great Stutzman tonight. Doubling is one of them, and times they leave him free. But right now, this Blue Jay now facing a 1-3-1 zone defense, which they will see plenty of Tuesday night against Wahoo. Shepard, one-handed pass. There's Jacobson. Bingo!
And this is more of an aggressive zone than we've seen all year. Milford's coming out and trying to pressure us, and it's going to leave wide open three-point attempts, and Dane hits his.
There is a Hartwig, cutting Hartwig, who has it stolen away by Cale. Blue Jays up 21. Will they go up by more? Lob pass to Cale. Oh, he tried to dunk it, just a little bit short. What a play, though. On the alley-oop, here's Hartwig. He'll try to answer with a three. Missed everything, and it'll go out of bounds. Great job by Drake Zimmerman blocking out Jermis.
And he pushed Jermis right into Olivia Pike, cheerleader down there. But Cale, after he missed that alley-oop, he was kind of smiling a little bit. He knows he kind of reached for the stars with 1:43 left to go in the half. He knows he could have laid that in, but he tried to go for the Sports Center top 10 finish.
That was brother to brother once again, and you have a feeling they've done that a few times in the gym as Shepard will kick it out. Now they're going to work it down to Cale down in the corner. Cale trying to make it happen. Looking for a man in the corner, but deflected and stolen by Rock. 36-15. Big Blue looking dominant here against an excellent Milford team. Stutzman at the free throw line, crossing over, working against Parker, going to kick it out. Back they go to him. What will he do? Blue Jays going to double. Cale backs off that double now to get some help, and Max is going to commit the foul. Max got a little poke in the stomach as well. It's been a physical night for Max.
He's got a leg, he's got a stomach, he's going through the rigors, but you can definitely tell there's a commitment to getting Stutzman the ball on the inside. He's their horse. He's a stud. But the Blue Jays are sending two, whether that's a help defender from the middle, a help defender from the baseline. They are committed to having him go through two players.
Stutzman there with that free throw, giving him 5 points on the night and cutting it to 20 with 1:02 here to go in the second quarter. And that's short. There's Max Parker on the board. Blue Jays have not beaten Milford. We've worked so hard on this stat, folks. We can't get it. We've enlisted the help of multiple people, but we know that the last time they played before 2015 was 2016. The Blue Jays have lost at least 5 years in a row. And here's Max Parker with a three-ball deep right corner.
Those corner threes are so deadly to a 1-3-1. It really makes you question your commitment to playing that defense. Cade's hit one, Dane's hit one, and now Max has hit one all in the second quarter.
23-point lead. And here's a cutting rock, but a block by Parker. And now Cale directing traffic with his left hand. Kicks it back out to Dane. Here's Evan. And they'll play against this 1-3-1. As Cale dribbles in the left side of it, doesn't like what he sees, now steps back out, he'll attack it again. Gets it to Shepard in the corner, bingo! Oh my goodness, they're on fire! And that takes us to halftime with the Blue Jays. Smoke coming out of their ears, beating the Eagles 42-16 after 2.
The Blue Jays are on fire from 3 right now. I'm sure we'll get those stats from Mark to see those exact numbers, but I mean, it just feels like every shot that goes up, it's going to be a make. And I feel for Coach Moeller for Milford, because I know I've been in games where the team's just making everything, and you're just play zone, they hit threes. I play man, they get by me in one-on-one situations. And wow, the Blue Jays had a huge second quarter.
Well, Jordan, I'm going to feed you this softball. I know you're going to hit it out of the park, but you're right. They're putting everything up. It feels like everything's going to go in. But why is that? Because they're doing something, in my opinion, exceptionally well in this game tonight.
I don't know what I know what you're looking
Let's
for.
see what you think.
Okay.
I'll throw my 2 cents in.
I would say great. I mean, I'm going to sound like a broken record from our audio broadcast, but I think it's just great shot selection. Cale is attracting so much attention. As you even watch Milford go through their processes, they're sending 2 to Cale, they're sending 3 to Cale. And we're really driving and kicking, getting inside touches. And those inside-out threes from the corner to good shooters are about as good as a three-point shot as you can look for and take. What do you think, Tim? I'm excited to hear this.
I tell you, I totally agree with you. I think their shot selection's awesome, but I think the reason they're getting those wide-open looks is I just love their ball movement.
Yes.
Man, it is just intense. They are moving the ball with such ferocity. It's not like catch, hold, look, pass, catch, hold. It is catch, bam. I mean, they are hardly holding the ball for a beat before they're making a pass to an open man, and they're getting incredibly wide-open looks. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, I do 100%. And it's almost like we're me personally, as I watch them, I almost expect them to play well against the zone. But we forget 4 games ago, 2 weeks ago, Arlington really slowed us down with that zone. And then we saw a little growth against Louisville. And then we saw a really good outing from the Conestoga game where they put up 25 points in the third quarter. And now it's just almost like the expectation, because you hit the nail on the head. Their ball movement has gone so far, and people know where to go. They're learning where to go and put themselves in successful situations.
You know, Elliot, you're sitting up here and you're watching this, and there's no doubt about it. They come out in a 1-3-1 zone, right, Milford? And that's the one thing at times with the Blue Jays this year, they maybe slowed down a little bit in that half court when the zones popped up. But tonight, tell me what you think, how they're performing against that 1-3-1.
They're doing the most special against 1-3-1. He's given this to all the youth coaches, middle school coaches, so everybody who's come up through the Ashland youth system knows how to beat it. And they've been just executing extremely well. And you got guys perfect for the positions. Did a couple of quick passes, then get down to inside, did on the short corner, you get dudes like Drake or Dane who can really ball handle and play above their height, as you were saying earlier, and then they get it. They don't like the shot they've got, they instantly kick it out and usually get an open guy. And that's where you've gotten those open threes, which we have hit.
Yes, absolutely. Well, we got Mark Adele making his way in here. As he comes on in, Mark, there we go. And Mark, you were working your way through it like you were an offensive lineman clearing some way.
How about that? How about a 70-year-old man being able to run an obstacle course?
Well, that was impressive. All right, Mark, what are those stats?
Not nearly as impressive as what the Blue Jays did in the second quarter.
I'm with you on that. We're dying to hear.
We are shooting 17 of 28 from the field, 61%. From 3, 6 of 10, 60%. Now, we got off to a slow start. I thought we're going to be cold from 3, but they sure put my mind to rest on that. Free throws were 2 of 4, just shot 4, 2 of 4, 50%. Milford, just 4 of 15, 27% from the field. 2 of 7 from 3, 29%. They hit their first 2, then have missed their last 5 since then. They're 6 of 10. They've been to the line more than we have, 60%. We've out-rebounded them 16-9. We've got 3 offensive, 1 offensive, and they are a tall, big team. Cale has got 7 boards. We have turned them over 11 times to just 3 for us.
All right, Mark, that was a quick one there. Thank you, partner, and good luck navigating the way back there. Take your time there, buddy. We got plenty of time there, but Mark doing a great job showing his athleticism here. But you hear those stats, and they're all impressive. First off, the fact that we're shooting 60% from the floor.
Yeah, that the goal is 70, and if you achieve that goal, you're in a top tier amongst the state. So you're playing a great team. You're shooting just under that extremely high benchmark. Good for the Blue Jays. Great shot selection. They've done it against the man. They've done it against the zone. And that second quarter, they were as hot as the Milford Unified team in the previous game. They were hitting everything.
Yeah. And here's one thing, and Elliot, I'll throw this out at you. I thought something that I was so impressed with that really kind of defines this Blue Jay team was Cougar Conzum. He comes out, starts the game, he's 0 for 3 from 3. Jordan did a great job of explaining every one of those threes that he put up, though. Good-looking shot, wide-open shot. Instead of shutting himself down, he shoots a 4-3, and he knocks it home. And from there, the Blue Jays just got on fire shooting your 3. Talk about that mindset of Cougar Conzum.
I think it mainly comes from his just confidence in his shot, knowing that okay, I missed 3 so far, but now make the adjustment, and now I'm gonna take on for my next one, and he hits the 4th one.
Well, I tell you, that's resilience. And Jordan, you played at a very high level yourself. Doesn't that speak volumes about really the mindset of this team, what Cougar did?
Yeah, and here's a life lesson from golf that I learned is that sometimes in those highly skilled movements, wanting it worse does nothing for you. So in golf, sometimes we're like, all right, if I rotate my hips, if I let my hands drag, it's actually going to make you worse. What you got to do is just settle in and have confidence. So as a shooter, you can't be sitting there going, okay, I have to set my feet and then I have to do this. Trust the hours of practice that you've put in and just have a ton of confidence. And on all of Cougar's shots, he's just casting. And he's a great shooter, so he needs to cast and he needs to shoot a high volume. And I love seeing that confidence in himself. Cale's shown that confidence this year. Brooks has shown that confidence. Dane and Evan, Max. There's a lot of shooters on this Blue Jay team.
Well, let's take a look, by the way, at the points here at halftime. Dane Jacobson off the bench has 8 points, and that's something else to consider, fellas, because off the bench as well, you've got Kate Bridges, who knocked home a 3, so there's 11 points off the bench. And I'm trying to see if we have anyone else that's contributed, but still 11 points off the bench in just a half of basketball. That shows you the depth that the Blue Jays have.
Yeah, and one thing that Milford is very obviously trying to do is they're trying to be very physical with Cale. As he drives in, there's guys that are hounding him. Probably if this was a touch foul type of game, he would be getting a lot of those foul calls. But Milford's showing a commitment to aggression towards Cale. And so he's doing a great job distributing to his teammates, being a team player, and that ball movement right now is something that would make any basketball coach or any basketball fan proud. So Blue Jays really doing a lot of positive things. We've seen them come out of every half so far this year and extend and push. They got to come out and play some inspired basketball, but you're going to get a good showing from Milford as well.
By the way, Cale Jacobson with 7 points in that first half. Evan Shepard with 9, all coming in the second quarter. Brooks Kissinger got 4 points, all coming in the first quarter. Cougar Conzum with 5 points. He also got all of his points in the first. And then Max Parker, he's got, 4, 6. He's got 6 points in that first half. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Blue Jays scoring. And then don't forget about Jackson Ham, who came in and did a beautiful job defensively.
Yeah, needed him. Max Parker went out for a little bit, and Hammer came in, and he was the hammer. We spoke about a specific play where he was kind of getting pushed and pulled and scratched and clawed. He didn't complain. He didn't look at the ref. He just boxed out harder, and it ended up being a Blue Jay ball. So we've talked a lot about roles this year, and Hammer is the enforcer. He is the hammer.
Elliot, how'd you like to try to go up and rebound over Jackson Ham?
Absolutely not. We're about the same height, but he's probably at least 50 pounds heavier than me of all muscle. I'm just gonna get thrown on the ground.
You're giving up on that one. I don't blame you. He is one tough cookie, and we are getting ready now for the start of this third quarter. Again, the officials tonight: Tyler Fitzke, Brian Wiles, and Tim Washburn. An excellent crew on hand. And for the Blue Jays starting this third quarter, it's Brooks Kissinger as well as Evan Shepard. You've got Cale Jacobson, Max Parker, and Cougar Konzo. Stutzman out on the court, as well as Schleckamere. You got Wayand. Also, you've got Roth. And the last starter here is Maddox Bach for the Eagles. And we're underway as Cale will kick it out to Max. Max getting in the paint. High floater over Stutzman, and the Blue Jays pick up where they left off.
Blue Jays coming out and running a set with the ball screen for Cale. Cale makes the right read out to Max. Great pump fake and drive by Max.
Here comes Milford trying to answer here, 44-16. This game has gotten away from him, but Wayand says, let me see if I can get things started, but it's a little too hard off the back of the rim. Cale with a great lead out to Brooks. Boy, these Blue Jays get the ball out quickly. Max has a wide open three, just a little short. Will he follow it? No. And it's going to be pulled down there by Bach. Stutzman working. Look at that left hand. Can it be saved? Nope, went out of bounds. And again, Stutzman missing that shot. Great left hand, but that's great defense.
He wants to come with power, and so what Cougar does is beat him to the spot, and Seth knows that if he goes into Cougar with a hard shoulder, he could get a charge call.
Look at Cale get up quickly against a very talented Wayand. Kissinger, little jab step, working hard against Bach. Look at it go high against the glass. Didn't fall. And a rebound coming down to the younger Stutzman. Reese Stutzman checked in the game here quickly in the third quarter. And they are not brothers, by the way, the Stutzmans. Here's a pull-up jumper from Wayand, going to be short. Again, may have been partially blocked, but this Blue Jay defense forcing a lot of misses.
It is, and Cale's looking out to run. He's telling guys to cut. They want to get that pace going.
Here comes Cale. He'll cut himself. And he'll hit the right-handed lamp. And Cale, he's barking out, though, a little bit at one of his teammates. He wanted something a little different.
Too smooth. Cale Jacobson back at it again. He jumps from that 6-foot range, but he's so athletic, he's still finishing around the backboard.
That is the coach in Cale right there. He came down and did a broadcast with us last year because, of course, he suffered that ACL injury. He sees the game so well, and he was working on a teammate there a little bit, and he's coaching him up. Here comes Stutzman with a left hand. Again, Max with beautiful defense, forcing the miss. They get it into the paint, and Max with a block. They're going to call him on the body, and Max, look at him hop up and down.
Well, if you look at the ref, he's going to say he got him with the body, so that's, once again, I mean, we talked about this at Louisville. Max, yes, you did get the ball, but you also got him with your hips.
No player ever wants to, understand that, do they?
Yeah. So Max is doing something really interesting with Stutzman. He's playing off of him, encouraging him to shoot, but it's also letting a very athletic Stutzman get into his side hops and gain momentum into Max. So it's great for offering that shot, but you do want to close that gap a little bit and not let him get momentum.
Here's Kissinger. Dribbles in, kicks it off to the right side as Evan quickly moves. Here comes Brooks. Finds an open Max Parker for a three. And he got his own rebound, though. Look at him track it down high off the glass, too hard. And the rebound coming down to the Eagles. Schleckamere ripped it down. Back the other way they go. Stutzman. Swing around to Wayand. Wayand with a bounce pass down to the elder Stutzman. Great move by Wayand. High off the glass. Oh, it wouldn't fall, but that was acrobatic by Wayand. Kissinger in the paint. Goes here to Cougar. Open three. Going to be a little short. Barely touched the rim. And Schleckamere again. Long outlet pass that goes to Wayand. He'll work over Cale. Hits the layup. No call. It's
really?
46-19.
Really?
Something probably had to be called there.
That was
a block or a charge?
Yeah, it was fine. I just don't think that was a no call. I'm fine with the idea of a no call, but that was not one.
Here comes Cougar for a three. And the board ripped down that time by Stutzman. He's played a really good game off the bench, is this younger Stutzman. And here's a pass that went through the hands of Schleckerbeer.
See Cale down there getting a little bit of a talk. Good job by Cale. You know, he's just having a conversation. He just said, you know, what could I have done differently? You see him, he's still engaging with the refs, and they're smiling, and they're having a productive conversation. That's how you win the refs over. You speak to them as though they are someone you collaborate with versus someone who's there to be a punisher.
And that's the veteran Brian Wiles working the game tonight. Very good one. Here's a great pass inside to Cougar, who reverses it up and scores, making it 48-19 Big Blue.
Stutzman wanted to contest him on the right side, but Cougar's a lefty. Good job by Cougar getting to his left hand.
And Milford right now, they're starting to probably be a hair fatigued as they make an errant pass. Cougar working, kicks it out. Cade Bridges for a three, just a bit short. And there's Stutzman with the board.
Cade would have made that. He'd been like 5 for his last 5. The roof might have popped off the place.
No doubt. A three back the other way. That will be a little bit short. That was put up that time by Bach. And here comes Jacobson with a beautiful crossover. Look at him lift it up and over the rim. And now we got bodies flying as Cale and Stutzman ran into each other.
I thought Cale got fouled, and then I thought they were going to call Cale for delay a game there. So I'm good with, as Cale bumped him. And so I'm good with both no calls.
Well, oh, he's a steal by Bridges. Left-handed layup by the junior, trickles in.
Cade Bridges gives such great minutes. He would be a star any other year on this Blue Jay team. He just is fast. He plays well. He makes layups. He shoots threes. I love him.
Max Parker, he did a little acting job. There's the Dwayne Rock Johnson acting job that time.
Yeah, that wasn't Brad Pitt. He didn't sell it well enough.
Here comes Parker the other way. Max on a beautiful baseline drive, gets it to fall.
2 times tonight we've seen Max Parker drive with his right hand and finish. Good job from Bobby. We don't see that a whole lot, so I love seeing that from him.
Wayne looked at a three. Blue Jays cruising here. A 54-21. Over a top 5 rated Milford Eagles team. Weighing, left-handed dribble. Dane Jacobson doing a nice job on him. Look at that battle inside between Cougar and Stutzman. Here's an open 3 ball by Stutzman, no good. That's Reese Stutzman on the miss. Don't forget, this Milford Eagles team last night had a brutal one, and there's a turnover. Had a brutal one against Centennial. These guys are most likely very tired. They had to hit a bucket with just over 20 seconds left to beat a big rival over there in Centennial. And they come back less than 24 hours later, got to play the number 2 rated Blue Jays, and you can't blame them if they're a bit fatigued.
Yeah, and those games are emotionally fatiguing as well.
Off the left elbow, they go back right elbow. Jermis finds Wayan underneath. He's going to be fouled. He'll hit the bucket as Evan Shepard with about 19 feet in the air. He can really spring, can he?
Yeah, coming in with a little flex offense there. Milford traditionally has that in. It's something that they teach from a very young level. It's a great way to get the ball in on the inside there. A point guard, Jackson Wayan, goes in and gets a post touch, pump fakes, and I'm just glad to see everyone okay, from Evan to Jackson. Those are very scary situations when guys jump, and there's that moment of hesitation where an athletic Shepard is flying through the air and Waylon's still on the ground. Good to see everyone's feet stay below their bodies.
It's a good point as Wayne will come to the line here. Left-handed shooter. I've got him 1 of 2 tonight, now 1 of 3, as Drake Zimmerman did a good job boxing out on Schleckerbeer. Shepard, Wayan. Oh, and they hit heads. They hit heads coming up the court. Now we got a whistle. It's just getting a little bit physical out there between Shepard and Wayne. Wayne is really closed his right eye there, as I think either Shepard's shoulder or head may have bonked into Wayne.
You know, if you're going to, and this is not taking either one side there, but when you're playing high-pressure defense, there's a chance that basketball plays like that will happen.
Look at Bridges put up a 3. But Ty Carey off the bench with another offensive board, but then throws it away, and back the other way they come. This is going to be Hartwig. Good look inside. Schleckerbeer's fouled. He'll go to the line to shoot 2. I got to tell you, Jordan, these 2 teams are competing out there. It may be 54-23, but it is physical. They're competing with 1:33 to go in the 3rd quarter.
I'll tell you, when you're used to winning, and that these Milford kids are very used to winning through years and years and growing up within this program. You don't take lumps on the head lightly, and they're turning this lump on the head to a welt as we go forward, meaning they're making this game tighter, but they are refusing to give up, and that truly is what culture is. A willingness to fight, the confidence to fight, and they are not giving in. They are locked in, and they are really competing, and they're down 24-54, but they've closed that gap, and I'd say they've kind of won the third quarter.
Tony Muller, the head coach of Milford, what a job he's done in his career. Man, he's had some great teams. And, of course, he has found a way to beat the Blue Jays for many years, but Evan Shepard will get a bucket on a nice little move for the senior. Back the other way they come. Turnaround jumper in the paint too hard. Great job again by Ty Carey defensively. Here's the putback and score by Stutzman, Reese Stutzman.
Very biased comment here, but Milford is crashing those offensive boards so hard. Every time I see it, I think it's an over the back or foul from behind. Ty Carey on that last play is getting absolutely slapped in the back of the head.
Look at Shepard fly through the air with the greatest of ease, and it's now 58-26.
Highly athletic Shepard is.
Evan Shepard, my goodness, what a track star he is. I tell that story a lot, but he was going to be the all-class state champion in hurdles and had a little fall there towards the end, but man, what a year he had in the spring track season. He'll be at it again this year. As they get the bounce pass down on the block, they work that right side of that man-to-man. This Reese Stutzman has really impressed me. He's played some excellent minutes off the bench for Coach Muller. Hartwig, up top they go. This is Roth working against Bridges. Good defense by the Blue Jays. We got 5 seconds. What will Stutzman do? Working against Carey, a little short. And listen, Ty Carey might be a bag of bones out there, but that kid is playing some good defensive basketball, and he's already got 2 offensive boards.
Yeah, it literally is about the fight in the dog, because coming from somebody who was about Ty's size my sophomore year, bag of bones, he's doing a great job. And Stutzman's a stud. He's 235. He's explosive, and Ty's holding his ground. He's staying low, and Stutzman's trying to go through him, and he's just not finding a lot of open space right now.
Yeah. Ellie, you played some baseball with Ty Carey. You know that he likes to compete, doesn't he?
Yeah. And you guys were talking about playing above your height. Ty plays above his weight. He plays like he's got 20 pounds of extra muscle on him down in the paint against these big guys.
Listen, that was right there, gold, broadcasting gold. That is a great analogy, without a doubt, that he plays above his weight, and he's working so hard to put on that weight. Loves football. I had a chance to coach him for 1 year in baseball when they first moved to town, and just a competitor. You know, a kid that just loves to compete in everything he does. And, he's really growing as an athlete in all of the sports that he plays.
The kids these days use the phrase dog, meaning you're just somebody who works very hard. And Ty said that he wants to be a hard worker like that, so very proud of him.
Here we go, 4th quarter underway with the Blue Jays at 58-26. Good pass inside. Look at this ball movement from Milford, but the Blue Jays very quick. They find a man underneath. There's a charge. Woo! As Cale Jacobson. That was no act job. That was collision contact, and they call the charge.
Yeah, and it's about having your feet set and beating guys to spots. And, Milford has been very aggressive as they attack the basket. Very strong, very consistent in those things. So I think it's our 3rd charge tonight. Love that.
Schluckabeer was called for the foul, his 3rd. Here comes Cale working right baseline, and there's another charge as Wayan went down hard. So there's some physical activity going on out there as Wayan and Jacobson kind of smiling at each other up the court.
Wayan's been bringing his best tonight. When you're going up against one of the best players in the state, he has absolutely been getting in Cale's grill and making life tough. And credit to him, he's shown a lot of contact tonight, but there he kind of pulls the string out and Cale gets charged.
Wayand is an athlete. I'm telling you right now, this kid's fast, he's strong. Here's the entry. They kick it back out. Open three look by Bach. It's going to be off to the right of the rim. Who's going to track this down? It's going to be Stutzman. Goes up hard over Parker and scores.
That's a high-level finish. That's why he's a 1,000-point scorer. He leans with the shoulder, leans with the body, separates the right hand away for the finish. Very good play by Seth.
Stutzman with 7 now. Early fourth quarter. Cale and Wayne really getting after it. Here comes Cougar. Now the Blue Jays holding a little bit as they went back into this man-to-man. It seems like the Blue Jays just a hair befuddled as Cale will go hard to the rim, and look at him finish, Jordan.
So tough. He must have worked so much in the offseason on that controlled kind of side step with the single leg. I mean, he's shown it in a Euro so many times, but there he just kind of slides in between the defenders and very controlled.
13 for Cale Jacobson. Here's a block on Stutzman. Weigh-in, he says, I'm going after. And he goes high off the glass for the bucket.
That's a competitor. Weigh-in is such a competitor. He goes in, Cale jumps, and Cougar goes up. And they're going to say he was fouled. But back on the other end, Weigh-in, you know, it's so easy to go up and try to out-physical Cale there. There he shows the ball and kind of tries to outsmart Cale a little bit. Jackson Weigh-in is a very fine player and an absolute competitor. I really enjoy watching him play.
Well, Cougar at the line. Misses that free throw. Cougar had 5 in the first half. He's got 7 for the game, and he goes 0 for 2, which he doesn't do very often. 6:12 to go here in regulation. The Blue Jays cruising by 30 over a team that has really been the nemesis of the Blue Jays, this Milford Eagles team. And here's a 3-ball from the left wing, and knocking it home is Hartwig. This kid can shoot.
Yeah, that's his second 3 of the night. That thing looked good off the hand. There was no doubt as that ball flew through the air. It was going to be a swish.
Here comes Kissinger. He's in the paint. But he finds Shepard. Shepard not able to get it to fall. Here comes the rebound, and running out of there are the Eagles. They'll pull up and try a 15-footer. It won't fall. Max Parker will get it down. 5.5 to go here in the fourth. 1-3-1. No, they go back to that man. Look at Max cut into the paint, pull up 7-footer, and he'll float it. Max is feeling it.
Great job playing off of 2 feet. He gets to his spot. He shows patience, lets his defender go by, and it's a nice little 7-foot floater.
12 points for Parker tonight. 13 for Cale. And now we got a whistle and a reach on one of the big blue. Jackson Ham's going to check in. He's earned some minutes tonight, hasn't he?
Yeah, he has. And, you know, you want to give a big shout-out to Hartwig on the Milford side. Sounds like he's battling through some injuries and with a leg injury, and he's played a good game tonight. He's had some big threes, played some key defense. Very proud of the way that he's playing and battling through injury.
Yeah, he's a tough kid, and I do not know that. I'm just kind of observing. I noticed in pregame he was limping a little bit, and he's got that left knee wrapped up. But he's been a great scorer for them and a great shooter. And he's looking good tonight. And he's got the ball right now. They're going to hold that ball. 6:50 to go here. Blue Jays midway through this fourth. And that's a nice crossover by Bach that won't fall. But there's Jackson Ham. Great positioning underneath. Brooks is going to go hard. Looks for some help. Cougar bumping in. Now this would be foul number 5, yep. That's going to send Shuckleberg out of the game with his fifth foul tonight. And that will be the 4th team foul on the Eagles.
I want to say that this has been an extremely clean half between both these teams. No, we're almost done with the game, and neither team is close to getting the bonus.
Yeah, you're right, Elliot. I mean, it really has been a very clean half, and the Blue Jays, what I liked about it, and Elliot, tell me your thoughts here. They came out with the intensity in this third quarter, even though they had that nice lead at halftime.
I mean, yeah, like that's something that you have to do, and you can't get complacent because, like, the Jays scored put up 40 in that first half, and Milford is could have done that just as easily in the second half if we let up.
Here's a shot up, no good off the front of the rim. Rebound being pulled down by Milford. They got the student body. They've been on their feet all game long. They were ranked number 1 in my rankings, the state student body rankings. And they've shown up tonight and been loud. Here comes Way and working hard, and a shot blocked by Cougar cons him. He doesn't like the call, but going to the line will be weighed and probably a foul that time. Again, he forgets the lower half. The arm was clean, but those hips might have made some contact.
Sure. No, I don't. Yeah. Sure.
This is coming from the official apologist here.
I'm gonna keep my mouth shut. But just kind of, if a guy is going to jump in a certain direction and let his momentum go that way because he falls, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't have anything to say. I'm sorry, Tim. Not great input for me.
You know what? I'm going to make sure that I call Fitzke, Wiles, and Washburn and say, Jordan's calling the game Saturday morning at 8. This is where he's going to be.
Oh, I'm not working. I'm retired. I'm a ref supporter, not a ref anymore.
Oh, well, I want to know when you do officiate a game because I'm going to come there. I'm going to throw things at you.
I'll tell you what, it's a lot easier in life to be a critique than it is to be something. So it's easier to critique a movie than make a movie. So,
well, that's what we do, right? That's what we do. Here comes Drake Zimmerman. Look at that left hand. Gets in the paint, tries to finish with his left, and it won't quite go down. Oh, he really has good use of that left hand, doesn't he?
He's a good player, and he's so skilled. He dedicates so much time. That's how you get a right and a left hand is just time in the gym.
I know the one thing I give him so much praise with that left hand. I know he just wants to get some of those to fall. As here's a turnaround jumper by Bach. And it makes it 62-37.
Our lineup's getting a little smaller as we work our way down the bench. Milford shows that flex offense, or kind of a 15-foot flex offense, and the Blue Jays got to find ways to stop it.
Jacobson. He has absolutely found his shooting stroke tonight. He's got 11.
Great role for Dane to be in. He's a highly skilled guy that shoots it well.
Well, both teams now, you've got in there for the Blue Jays, Ty Carey, Dane Jacobson, Cade Bridges, Drake Zimmerman, and the Hammer, Jackson Ham. What a great nickname for him, Jordan. Good call on that.
I can't take credit for it. People just call him Hammer all the time at school.
Bach's going to miss a three-pointer. Went out of bounds off of Colton Howder. And the Blue Jays will go with Walker Grail. Also checking into the game is Dawson Teese. And we've got Luke Clark in the game, the 6-foot junior. Ty Carey and Drake Zimmerman. 2:20 to go. Student body's going to like this victory tonight. There's no doubt about that. With it is Zimmerman. Zimmerman driving left baseline. Reverse layup just a little too tight to the rim. Tracking it down is Teese. Here comes the drive by Clark. Passes down the corner. Shot up, no good. Put back by Ty Carey. He's fouled at the line to shoot two. And it's about the time at 65-37 with 1:56 to go that we can start talking about Wahoo Tuesday night. And in my opinion, Kevin Sheaf, a Hall of Fame coach, he has won at David City Aquinas. He's won big at Wahoo. And he's bringing his squad in here with a top 3 ranking. This is going to be a lot of fun Tuesday, isn't it?
It is. And, this is a brutal stretch for the Blue Jays. They go Milford, top 10 team, Wahoo, top 10 team, and then Roncalli, a top 10 team in B. So Blue Jays have to play solid and be locked into the scout and make sure they're bringing their best effort for 3 straight games.
Folks, get your tickets now. I'm not kidding you. It's going to be, I think, a packed gymnasium here. And, of course, we'll have it for Strive if you can't make it. But Wahoo always so great. And they bring that vaunted 1-3-1 defense to town. Here comes Grell's little floater that won't fall. Now a whistle, and I think Teese came over the back. That'll be the 6th, make that the 17th foul on the Big Blue now.
We're going to shoot some free throws.
There we go.
So
slowing things down a little bit. Here's the thing. 65-37 Big Blue, and this is against a team that's 5-0. This is against a team that has owned the Blue Jays. Let's be honest. I mean, they have owned the Blue Jays the last 5 years. And so this is no easy feat. Coming in here and getting a 5-point win would have made Coach Mose happy, but 65-37. a little bit surprising, you know?
They just always seem to have that one quarter where they kind of separate themselves. In so many games, it's been the third quarter. Today really was the second quarter, and they came out and really pushed their pace and played their game and did a lot of damage in the second quarter.
Zimmerman going hard to the hole and has his shot partially blocked, and tracking it down is Grell. He'll try a little bounce pass underneath that goes off the hands of Drake. So 58.9 to go. Here regulation. As we get ever closer to the holidays, we've got some great basketball. As Jordan says, Elliot, you can't beat that for a Christmas present. Wahoo and Omaha Roncalli in the next 2 games?
Oh, absolutely not. Nothing beats it. Especially with Wahoo at home, we might need to get, I mean, we don't have tickets, but we might need a ticket to this gymnasium, and then, because we're not going to fit everybody in here.
That's when you're really happy you're working for Strive, right?
Absolutely. Get in here for free, sit up here, nobody around us, or
That's
just you
right.
guys.
Yeah.
You got a little tight up here. Brad Jacobson set up the barricades for us. If he had not set up those barricades, we might have been having a couple more fans sitting up around us.
We're going to need the barricades on Tuesday.
For sure. As nice hustle over there. Knocking the ball out of bounds was Carter Roth, 65-37. As Drake Zimmerman will work it. Blue Jays going to run a little weave here to finish this game out. As Drake has the shot blocked from behind by Roth. Running the other way. Crossover dribble. This is Stutzman, has it knocked away. Tracking it down is Jermis. And Milford made this hold here in the final 10 seconds. Roth says, hey, I'm going to put one up. Almost got it to fall. Put back by the Eagles, and it will go to make it 65-39.
An unconventional buzzer beater on that one.
That's right. At the buzzer. Very good point, Elliot, as that was Caden Baker with the final score.
And, Tim, we're going to have something a little special right here going on. We're going to do our best to get it on camera, but go ahead. I'll work the camera a little bit.
Well, folks, I'm going to let you in on the secret. We really didn't want to say anything to jinx it, but Coach Mose has just gotten his 100th career victory in his career. I just said that. He's got his 100th career victory.
Is the 100th career victory for Coach Jacob Mose.
And the team gives him the basketball.
Ashland-Greenwood Public Schools and recognizing his milestone. Congratulations, Coach Mose and the Blue Jays.
And the team, of course, giving him a standing ovation. I'm not sure exactly what's going on down there. Hopefully Jordan's got it on film. As we've got a big, there we go. He's got a signed basketball. And he doesn't want much to do with it. That's just Jake Mose. He's like, look, okay, we won, let's go. But that says a lot about him. And boy, you know, what I love about that, fellas, is that Coach Mose, and by the way, here we go. We got the Blue Jay fight song, the student body being serenaded here by the players.
Bring back the tradition from football season. After every win, they come down right in front of the student section, get a quick blue and white in, and off we go.
I love it. And Elliot, you've been a part of that. You've been down there. I see Aiden Washburn giving everyone a high five as they go into the locker room. But a great victory tonight. 65-39, and you know, I started saying this about Coach Mose. His 100 wins, you know, they've really been well-earned. This is a well-earned acknowledgement and honor tonight. He's seen some extreme highs. He's seen some very big lows, and I have a feeling when you get to 100 wins like he has, he's really going to appreciate that.
Yeah, and a big thing to forget, or a big thing not to forget, and I was on staff with him, so I feel very comfortable talking about him, is that he had an 0-20 in a 3-18 year. So I'm very proud to say that my 3 years on staff with Mose, we provided a nice 20 wins, 18 of those coming in 1 year. But
way to work yourself into that, Jordan.
Well, I didn't do much, but no, and that's just kind of his motto. He's nose to the grindstone, shows up to work, and works to be great when it's going well, works to be great when it's not going well. He worked unbelievably hard in a 3-18 season. He worked unbelievably hard in a more successful season. So yeah, I'm very proud of Mose, and he's earned everything he's going to get.
Caden Sminnick is going to punch out the clock here tonight. Great job on the pictures, buddy. Good work by our senior photographer. He brought you all the videography tonight that you're going to see at home. But Elliot, highs and lows for Coach Mose, and I'm sure this is something that, and I believe you played your freshman year, didn't you?
No, I did not.
Okay, you didn't. So, you've seen it. You've been a student body member here, and you've seen it, and this has got to be a very special moment for him.
Absolutely. I should say, Bowman, you might have been the curse on Mose for those couple of bad seasons.
As soon as you got rid of me, things started going well.
Yeah. But in all seriousness, it's a great day for Mose, whether you acknowledge it or not. But 100 wins is something that's pretty hard to do with any program, whether Class A school, Class D, or anywhere in between. It's a great milestone.
Indeed it is. And another great milestone tonight, getting the victory over a Milford squad. I said it before, I'll say it again. Really, they, to borrow the phrase from Aaron Rodgers, they had owned the Blue Jays since 2015. And tonight, the Blue Jays got their revenge. And in a big way, 65-37. That is a very difficult way to break out of that long, long route that Milford obviously had done to the Blue Jays.
And sorry, Ellie, go ahead.
Another thing about the Mose 100th win, who better to get it over than Milford? I mean, maybe Wahoo, because rivalry, but a team that's owned us and eaten our lunch for a long time. Great 100th win.
Without a doubt. Well, Mark, your thoughts on that one?
Well, I'll tell you what, if you have the athletes that can play man-to-man defense, that is as good as any way to play, and we've got the athletes this year to hold a team like Milford to 39 points. In Milford's defense, they had a tough game with Centennial last night that they just won by 1. This was a back-to-back that the NBAers don't like, but still, we did cool off shooting the ball in the second half. We were 11 for 27 in the second half. So for the game, we were 28 for 55, 51%. We're still pretty good. They heated up a little. They were 13 of 38 from the game for 34%. From 3, that is where we cooled off. We were just 1 of 9 from 3 in the second half. 7 of 19 for the game, 37%. They were 3 of 12, 25%, and that's partly because we get out and challenge three-point shooters. It is as good as a high school team as I've seen at doing that. And again, man-to-man defense. From the free throw line, I was disappointed. I think Coach Mose will be too. That was my only disappointment. We were just 2 of 8 from the free throw line. They were 10 of 17, 58%. Rebounding, we out-rebounded them 31 to 24. We had 7 offensive, they had 5 offensive. They took better care of the ball in the second half. They turned it over 4 times for 15 for the game. We turned it over 7. But I will say this, this may have seemed like a cakewalk and looking at the score and everything like that.
Yeah.
But Milford is a big physical team. They play very physical. I guarantee you those guys are going to feel like they played in a football game tomorrow.
No doubt. It was physical.
And Max Parker got beat around there pretty good underneath. Cale Jacobson, 1 rebound short of a double-double.
Love it. Hey, great job, Mark. Thank you so
and
much.
I don't know if you'll be at Bennington Monday, but I'll see you Tuesday here for, a bunch of tough guys from northern Saunders County. We're going to play on Tuesday. And we got to be ready to go for that one, a 1-3-1. So we'll see you. Like I said, we got a bunch of tough guys coming up from northern Saunders County on Tuesday.
You bet. It's going to be fun. Get your tickets, huh, Mark? Aren't you happy you're working for Strive? You're already in the gate. But here's a guy that's got to be thrilled right now, and Look, Milford has owned the Blue Jays the last 5 years. We haven't been able to get off the schneid. Tonight, you face a team that's 5-0, a team that has really been the nemesis of your program. And Tyler Craven, tell us a little bit. Not only do you get the win, but you get the win in emphatic style, 65-39.
Absolutely. They've been a thorn in our side for a long time. And it's pretty cool for Coach Mose to get his 100th victory in his 10th season and first time beating Milford. So that's pretty darn cool. Credit to our kids. Milford hasn't lost a regular season game in 2 years. They went undefeated last year's regular season. They're undefeated this year so far until tonight. So credit to our kids just maintaining their toughness and going out and getting a big W.
Well, let me ask you one more before I give this off to Jordan. But, Tyler, one of the things you guys wanted to do, you knew that Seth Stutzman, who just got his 1,000th point tonight, was going to be tough. And you knew it started and ended with him. You guys had a good plan. I have to imagine you feel thrilled about the way he executed it.
Yeah, he's a monster. He's so athletic along with his skill. It's just a hard combination for any team to guard and really for us to guard. But I thought Max did a wonderful job. Honestly, we didn't even have to go to our full-out double because Max did such a good job. So, and Cougar and Jackson Ham with big minutes, Ty Carey with big minutes coming in. I just thought we did a great job on him. And he had 22 on us last year. I don't know. I didn't see the book, but 13 to 15 probably.
Well, this is my stats, but I had him for 2, 4, 5, 7. I had him for 7. So, I don't know. Which, if that's right, that's even more reason to feel great. Yeah. Jordan.
TC, you've been along with Coach Mose for a lot of this ride. You and I were trying to keep it a secret from him all week that we knew it was going to be 100. You were along for much more than me. Talk about that growth you've seen with Mose from a player to now one of his lead assistants.
Yeah, I think the thing that stands out about Coach Mose that a lot of people don't see or understand very well is the consistency, right? And you hear it a lot, people talking about players that are first in, last one's out, right? And you kind of expect it of coaches, but there's a whole different level, and he goes there. Just with the time spent in the gym, time spent with kids, time spent on his program. And so I couldn't think of anyone more deserving than getting 100 wins. And he went through some rough years. And so to have some good years here is much deserving to him.
Well, I'll tell you what, Tyler Craven, thank you so much for all the work and all the insight, by the way, coming into this week, because I know this win you feel very special about, not just because you're part of the program, but I know you're very happy for that guy over there to your left.
Absolutely. Kids were awesome. That was a great win. We got to come back Tuesday and respond well.
Yeah, so. we haven't even talked about that yet, but thanks for coming up, bud.
You
all
betcha.
Right, Tyler Craven. Let's get Evan Shepard up here before we talk to the man of the hour. The senior who had a big game. Evan, thanks for joining us, buddy.
Hey, no problem.
Hey, look, this was a team 5-0 coming into this game, top 5 rated team, and yet you guys did a great job on Seth Stutzman, and you pull away 65-39. Tell us what, in your mind, the key was to getting this victory tonight.
Well, as you mentioned, Stutzman, our bigs just did a tremendous job on guarding him and trying to keep him as low as possible. We knew that he was going to come in and he was going to get his points, but as long as we could keep it down to a minimum, we would be good. But all around, all of our players played solid defense, and that turned into our transition offense, like Coach said.
I love how you guys get the ball out so quickly.
Yep.
You don't get a team to really get a chance to get into their transition D. Yeah. Talk about how you guys work on that every day of practice.
Well, just every day as we do our up and down scrimmages and everything, we push the ball and we just work on that. And, Cale, Max, they can both dunk just out of this building. And so, that's just the fun part. And it's just like a reward for us. So, yeah.
Jordan?
Hey, Evan, I've been looking to do some really athletic things and look like I'm not really trying. You do that all the time. So can you have some advice for me?
I do too.
Yeah. Do you have some advice for me on how to make really athletic things seem very easy?
Well, my mom and my dad. That's not all I got for you. So, yep.
No, all jokes aside, Evan, we're being very serious. As you drive up, left-hand finish up by the rim, right-hand finish up by the rim. You shoot threes. You play great defense. We talk all the time about how athletic you are, and I don't know if I have another question, but I just wanted to compliment your athleticism.
Thank you.
Yeah, it comes easy for you, though. Talk, it really does. And talk about what I'm curious about. It seems to come easy for this team, the way you guys are meshing. Talk about that team chemistry that you guys have.
I mean, just the amount of time that we put in after hours, and we even just do, like even preseason, we were doing like 5-on-5s and up and down scrimmages, and that's just through practice. You can see on really good days and even on some bad days, you can just see us clicking on all surfaces. So yeah.
Well, listen, it's awesome to have you up here. Elliot says he doesn't have anything for you, so we're going to cut you loose. But one last thing, 100 wins for your head coach, Jake Mose. Talk about how that's special for you as well.
Oh man, just coming into the program last year, he brought me right into the group, and it was kind of a weird situation, but he just threw me in there, and the amount of trust that he showed me and the coaching that he's given me, just incredible. So shout out to him.
Absolutely. Enjoy this victory tonight. Good luck Tuesday night, Evan.
Thank you.
All right. And great line, by the way, my mom and dad. I tell you what, this is like an experienced interviewee, isn't it?
Well, it was a really awkward question for me, but I was trying to get to the point. Evan did a great job handling it.
Well, here's the man of the hour, Jake Mose.
Tim, before we start, can I make an observation?
Yeah, please.
Your hair's wet. You're wearing a hoodie that you weren't wearing earlier. Was there a little bit of a dousing going on?
Sure, got a little bit wet in there.
Okay.
And, the kids enjoy, spraying water at you from time to time, I guess.
Sure.
Well, I think there was a reason for it. You got win number 100. Coach, what I love about this for you, it's a great milestone, is that you did it by the peaks and the valleys, right? You've been through both, and so when you get to something like this, it's got to be pretty special. Talk about that.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a long time, and no one's gotten rid of me yet. So, been here a while. I think, the ups and downs, that happens everywhere,
Absolutely.
in sports and in life and whatever. And, you just look back, you just keep trying to get better. You stick with your plan. And, over the course of that time, I feel blessed that we've had really, really good kids. Whether we won a bunch of games some of those years or we didn't win any games that one year, overall, we just had fun kids, enjoyable kids to be around. And that's what makes it fun and entertaining as a coach or a coaching staff is, you see some of them back and you smile because you enjoyed coaching them. It's not like, man, there's that kid we had years ago, I couldn't stand him. We're fortunate here in Ashland where we've got great kids, and that's what makes this enjoyable.
One of the things I thought was so cool about tonight is a big chunk of those guys that went 0-20 with you were here tonight in the front row watching you, and so it says a lot that they wanted to be here to see that. They wanted to, everyone knew about it. Of course, you had some guys doing intel behind your back. Sure. I don't know if you knew that, but these players knew about it, and I thought that was great. Whether they, as you said, won a ton of games, or whether they went through a little bit of a lull, you've got guys that want to come back here and celebrate this with you tonight or see you accomplish it tonight. I thought that was awesome.
Yeah, and again, I think that goes back to kind of the community we live in and the kids that are in all sports across the board. We see it all over the place, and they hopefully have a good experience here and want to be supportive of teams after us and get back and watch games and cheer us on.
Yeah. I'm going to ask one more before I give it over to these two, but let's talk about Milford and a very impressive win tonight. If my numbers are right, you held Seth Stutzman, 1,000-point score, to just 7 tonight. You had a good game plan coming in. This is a 5-0 team that has really owned the Blue Jays, right? The last 3 years had some tough losses, and yet you come out and you not only win, but you win 65-39. So you have to feel so good about that and the job you did on a spectacular player in Stutzman.
Definitely, both those things, our game plan coming in was obviously geared towards he's hurt us in the past at big moments and late in games, and so we wanted to have several things available to do so that we didn't find ourselves in that same situation. And I thought the guys did a really good job guarding him, and they did a good job doubling him and digging a little bit here and there just to make life tough was our goal so that he couldn't get going. And then, they do have solid guards, and so you can't just focus on one guy. I mean, they've won, 20 games or more the last several years for a reason, and so you've got to guard the other guys. And I thought our guys did just a really good job on the scout, of a little bit more locked in than than maybe in the first couple games, and we're trying to work on our couple areas on defense. And I thought tonight they made strides in those areas that has been our focus for the last couple games.
Mose, as you reflect upon the years at Ashland, is there one game that sticks out to you that you maybe enjoyed or was like, man, we turned a corner? Like one game of your 100 wins, it could be a loss that maybe sticks out to you as one you'll remember.
You know, I don't know. There's just so many enjoyable wins for a variety of different reasons that nothing really sticks out. I mean, you've got a number of them over the course of the years. I feel like if you pick one, you leave out others. So you don't really want to say one, because then that other one is like, well, that was enjoyable too. So I don't know that any moment sticks out. Just when we started to hold, I think, kids accountable to a really, really high standard is I think when we turned the corner and we started to really make progress in our program, and our youth program coming through has certainly helped as well. So those two things stick out to me as building a productive, enjoyable youth program and just holding kids to an extremely high standard.
Love that. Tim?
Elliot, you have anything? Coach?
Yeah, I got one short thing. Against whoever you've played, who was the one school that you would have wanted to get your 100th win against?
That's a good question. I think anytime you would look at wanting a big win, you want to do it against a good team. And so it'd be, when we look at good teams in our history, you're looking at, Milford and Wahoo and Newman and Boys Town, and I'm probably leaving others out, Platteview. And so, if you could get that means to get that milestone win, you've got to beat them. So any one of those good teams obviously makes it a little more enjoyable.
Well, Coach, one last thing. Your father is 15 feet away from you. He's here tonight. He drove here from North Platte. He's got to drive home tonight, which he says he's got to. Otherwise, I said, if you won't let him stay, he can stay at our place.
Yeah, we
said,
kicked him
I
out.
got to drive. But you know what? I think you should come up here because you played a big role in this. Yes. We had an uncle in North Carolina, grandma watching that, I think, in North Dakota, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and sister watching tonight, too. So, and your dad was here. But, honestly, because I know you shared with me the special memories you had playing for him as a youth. Sure. Talk about the influence, obviously, he had in your coaching career, has had.
Well, growing up, yeah, I would say that, as a kid, probably youth through high school, he was always right. And so even to this day, he's like the referee. He's always right. And so, we'll debate basketball topics. And as a kid, you sometimes argued with him. And now I just say give up because you learn your lessons. And so now we can laugh about it a little more than when I was in high school maybe, and it was a little bit more intense.
Yeah, without a doubt. Well, congrats. Enjoy this tonight. I think there's a little special night planned, and I think you're going to have a great time. And so listen, and also from the broadcast crew, I swear to you there was a card. Oh, it is. The card's in here. So here you go. This is to you. I know you love to read. So for your 100th victory, you got some reading to do.
This one will take me a little while. It's a big book, but we'll hold this off hopefully until later March and April. And hopefully we'll be fairly busy till then.
You got it.
Thank you very much. Thank you guys for calling the game.
Congrats, Mo.
Jake Mose, who just had his 100th victory. And you better tell him congratulations. But, fellas, we'll wrap it up. I'll give you the final say here. Blue Jays win 65-39. Coach Mose gets his 100th career. What do you say here, Jordan Wallman?
I'm going to pass this off to our rising star, Elliot Gosson.
I like it.
I think Elliot, final say on the game.
Great game. Let's go get Wahoo.
All right. Well, that's a great way to finish, folks, for an incredible cast here of folks who make this happen tonight. Caden Sminnick, who brought you the pictures. Of course, Elliot Gosson, the rising star, the sophomore. And for Jordan Wallman, I'm Tim Washburn saying so long. We'll see you Tuesday.